Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this video on the Libra Solar Eclipse, which is happening on October the 14th. So eclipses are a time where miracles are activated. Things that are no longer in alignment with our path fall away. It's a time where we can see manifestations accelerated. So very potent portal that we are entering here. And beginning in October, we begin to feel the buildup for this. And it officially opens with this powerful Libra new moon. So before I dive into the chart, we look at the main aspects happening around this new moon. There's some really dynamic aspects. I want to give you a little bit of background. So solar eclipses fall on a new moon. So when you hear the term solar eclipse, that means it is also a new moon. So we have at this time, the sun and moon conjunct in the sign of Libra. Now, solar eclipses also happen when the moon travels between the sun and the earth, and it casts its shadow on the earth, which can block the rays of the sun in certain areas. And because it is a new moon eclipse, this is a new beginning. And it's a new beginning in the areas that are associated with this archetypal energy of Libra. So, more than anything, Libra speaks to our connections, our way of interacting with other people, the relationships that we form. And with Libra, there's a strong desire to create harmony, balance, and peace in those dynamics. So this can really put the spotlight on the boundaries that we are setting, the types of relationships that we are engaging in, and how we show up in those relationships, the patterns that are at play in those relationships. And with Libra, this is all relationships. So this can be relationships in the romantic sense, with family, with friends, with our clients, with our mentors, those dynamics in our life. And again, how we show up for it in a new beginning in those areas. Now, interestingly, even though this is a new moon, this eclipse is falling on the south node. And the south node in astrology is the link to our past, even past lifetimes. So there are certain dynamics in your relationships that you are going to become very aware of during this time. And there really is this calling to look at what patterns or programs you are playing in that are really no longer serving you, that are actually not even who you are today. And an invitation to let go of those old patterns, to no longer be pulled in to unhealthy or unhelpful dynamics. And looking at, of course, the role that you play in that. So for some people, this could be relationships coming to an end. More commonly, this is a reset in our relationships, because when we change how we show up, when we implement new boundaries, when we see ourselves in a new way in relationships, these relationships in our life can begin to change. And the ones that are meant to come with us, they'll evolve with us. The ones that aren't will naturally begin to fade away. And we can certainly see that during eclipse season. So I'm going to share my screen now so we can go into even more details on how these energies are playing out. So before I do that, some other helpful resources for you. A couple weeks ago, I did a free masterclass called Portal of Expansion. It's all about igniting your business with abundance this eclipse season, because abundance is a big theme with both the solar and lunar eclipse. So the replay is available for that. And I don't only dive into the energy of eclipse season, I bring you into your Akashic records and I guide you through clearings and activations to really support you in manifesting in this energy. So once you sign up, you'll have immediate access to the replay. And we are also approaching my Malibu lunar eclipse retreat. So anyone in need of some ocean therapy, wanting to gather in sisterhood during this full moon eclipse, come and join me. I found the most gorgeous beach house for us to celebrate these energies, and the theme is abundance. So really anchoring the energy, the essence of abundance into your life and into your business as well. So I'll attach both of those links below. Okay, let me share my screen and let us dive in even further. So we have the sun and the moon over here at 21 degrees of Libra. So because it is a new moon, we see this conjunction of the sun and the moon, and Mercury here in Libra, not far behind at 17 degrees. So Mercury is quite strong in Libra, and it really wants us to Be aware of the lens in which we see the world through. So we each have unique experiences. We each have a unique journey of the soul. So our perspective is very different. And Mercury in Libra is really good at taking on a new lens, seeing things through new eyes, being able to entertain somebody else's opinion and perspective while being strong in what they believe, at least in the highest octave. The highest octave of Libra is having a strong sense of self, knowing who you are, what your belief systems are. And because you're so solid in that, you are also able to hear other people's opinions and perspectives and find that middle ground. So Mercury in Libra really encourages us to do that, to instead of judge, ask questions, become curious about where that middle ground is, because often people that have diverse perspectives and opinions, there is still so much overlap in what you do agree on. And Mercury in Libra encourages us to find that, because it's through finding that we foster a sense of connection with the people around us. It is through finding that we foster a sense of community and connection and harmony, which are, again, very strong themes during this new moon. So Mercury in Libra is opposing Chiron in Aries near the North Node here. So there is also a call to be really strong in who you are and not being pulled into other people's drama or other people's energy. So the lower octave expression of Libra is wanting to keep the harmony and peace above all else, that you actually hold back from expressing what you want and what you need. Or sometimes it could even be to the point where you're not even sure what that is because you've sacrificed that for so long. So this really is a call to be strong in who you are, to heal the wounds around the self, having the courage to speak your truth, having the courage to claim your space, having the courage to set healthy boundaries. So there is, even though there's a softness here with this Libra energy, this Aries energy here, this Chiron in Aries opposing Mercury, can bring in a fierceness of really claiming your space, owning your value, owning your worth, and no longer sacrificing what you need in the connections and in the relationships in your life. Now, this could also speak to healing outdated belief systems and stories that you may be carrying around that just don't serve you anymore. So with any belief or thought I have, like, I always ask myself, like, is this helpful? Is this like a helpful story to tell? If not, why am I doing that? And I give myself permission to tell a new story, to no longer entertain things that are not useful, that are not helpful, that are not aligned with my vision and where I desire to go. So there's certainly a theme here, especially where the South Node is coming into play, a connection with the past, of what our past programs and patterns are when it comes to how we relate to others, but also how we relate to ourselves, and letting go of unhealthy dynamics as well as unhealthy and unhelpful stories that we are telling ourselves. And because the eclipses are such a powerful reset, we can do a lot of good work here of understanding that your thoughts do not define who you are. You don't have to carry around like heavy baggage, outdated and unhelpful belief systems. You have the ability to rewire your brain, to see things through a new lens, to take on a new perspective. So the ruler of this new moon eclipse is Venus. We have Venus here at 5 degrees of Virgo. So it recently moved into Virgo after an extended stay in Leo, where it was also retrograding, which is what made that stay so long. So while Venus was traveling through Leo, it was a really potent time to get clear on what lights you up, where your heart is calling you, how you are integrating playfulness and fun into your life versus what is draining your energy. And now with Venus in Virgo, it's like it's time to apply that. Venus in Virgo is more about bringing an element of structure into our life, being able to, once we have the awareness of where our heart is leading us, once we have that clarity, to begin to embrace that in our daily life. So having that clarity on what lights you up, where your heart is calling you, that's one thing. The next step, which Venus in Virgo helps us to do, is now look at how how your daily routine and schedule is shifting so you can honor and prioritize what you need to feel at your best. Because when you feel at your best, that's a gift in your relationships. That's a gift to other people. When you are doing things out of obligation, when you are tired or you are drained or you are not setting good boundaries, that does not allow relationships to flourish long term. But when you prioritize what you need to feel at your best, that supports everyone around you. And not that permission is needed, but it does give permission for others to do the same. And when we are all honoring what we need to feel at our best, we're going to show up happier. And when we show up happier, that is a gift to this planet. So there are also some aspects that Venus is making here that are worth exploring. So the first one I want to look at is this opposition here with Saturn, retrograding in Pisces all the way back to the beginning, 0 degrees of Pisces here at the time of this new moon eclipse. Wow. So this is karmic themes. Not surprising. Any like eclipses always have a karmic element because they do happen near the nodal axes, which in astrology, they direct our karma, they direct our faith. So there's always a karmic theme that's coming into play with eclipses. Saturn is also about karma. So this opposition here, this is about some karmic themes in your relationship, some soul agreements that are coming to completion during this time and new ones that are forming. Now, there's also a third option. There's relationships that stay in your life, that have been in your life, and there's new agreements that are now being made as you set these healthy boundaries and as you show up in a new way. So strong karmic theme here. So be aware of what relationships are shining a light on in your life, like the dynamics that are at play. What is the underlying belief system and story that is contributing to those dynamics? And is this just an old karmic pattern? You're likely to find that it is. With that awareness, you're able to choose again. Now, anytime Saturn comes into the mix here, there's an element of structure and discipline that we are called to set. And that's interesting because Venus in Virgo also speaks to a sense of order and structure. So this can be, like, to give some examples of this can be creating a routine that really allows you to flourish and to do like what lights you up. So instead of saying, I don't have time to do my meditation practice, or I don't have time to sit by the ocean, or I don't have time to go out with friends, it's like schedule that in, make it a priority. We have time always for what we prioritize. So this could be a rearranging of what you are prioritizing and letting go of the old story that you don't have enough time, which is scarcity and lack, and just start rearranging your schedule so it actually lights you up. This is really good for any entrepreneurs for bringing an element of structure to your work. So if you have programs or offers you've been wanting to roll out, this is about really looking at that and looking at, okay, what do I need in place in order to be able to launch that? Or have I been holding off and waiting to release this beautiful creation into the world? Like, and now is my time. Now is the time to bring some of that masculine energy forward and share with the world the message I'm here to share, the programs I'm here to share. No more waiting. Now is the time. And when we work with the eclipse energy in this way, you can find you end 2023 in a whole new space, regardless of what's happened in the year so far. This final quarter, like this could be a game changer for you, especially where the eclipses are falling during this final quarter. This can be a lot can happen in those 3 months. And this is one of the things I've learned from the records is in our 3D experience, yes, we have linear time, but in the Akashic field, it is not linear time. The universe works on energy and frequency, and our power is always in the now. So when we stop limiting ourselves through time and a shortage, lack consciousness, there's so much beauty we can create. So there's a lot of beautiful support here and a beautiful reset for really looking at how do you desire to end this year? Now, Venus is also forming a sextile with Mars and Scorpio. So that's another harmonious flow of energy between the goddess of love and beauty and that planet Mars of drive and ambition. So this also fits into the theme of place your energy on things that light you up. Venus in this location is also about service, how we are using our gifts to support other people. And you know, the different love languages, like acts of service or words of affirmation, physical touch. Venus in Virgo would be like acts of service. That is the love language of Venus in Virgo. So this can really be looking at like what you are doing to support other people in very tangible and practical ways, how you are showing up to be of service. Not in a way, I know there's a lot attached to words, and sometimes when we think of service, I don't mean service in the sense of like you're denying your needs and what you want in order to just give to others, but from a space where you are filled up, you know what your gifts are, you know where you provide value. And from that space, you are sharing, you are contributing, you know you have something very special to offer. The other aspect I want to look at here is we have the sun and moon forming a square here with Pluto in Capricorn, not direct because Pluto's at 27 degrees and the new moon is happening at 21, but I would still say it's in that orb, especially with Pluto just being so powerful that it's still in effect here. And Pluto is about the inner transformational work. It's about the inner alchemy. It is about finding our power. And take time during this eclipse to really look at how far you have come on your journey. Give yourself credit for the healing work you've done, the transformational work that you have done, like honor that. And there's certainly a theme, not a strong theme, but I feel the energy of like recognizing your personal power really coming in here with this North Node and Chiron conjunct in Aries, and then Pluto here aspecting the moon. It's like recognize the power you hold to create change in your life. Recognize the power you hold to tap into a new timeline. If the timeline you've been on, if what you've been experiencing doesn't light you up, no longer serves you, eclipses are a great time to reset that. And remember that you can always choose again. If the path you're on feels outdated, it doesn't light you up, it doesn't feel like your highest calling, what decisions do you need to make in your life now to begin to change that? What stories do you need to start telling yourself in order to change what isn't working and to allow the beauty in? Because at the end of the day, Libra really is about beauty as well, allowing and experiencing the beauty of this physical experience, this earthly experience, looking at how you can cultivate beauty in your daily life. And if there feels like a block there, Venus is that feminine principle of receiving, how we allow ourselves to lean back and receive, and the knowingness that you are innately worthy, you have done enough. This energy that Venus brings isn't about doing more. It's about recognizing that you have the ability to magnetize and attract the experiences that you desire, and you are innately deserving of it. So notice if there's a block in allowing the peace and harmony in, if there feels like something blocking the goodness from flowing in. And this is the opportunity to really ask your spirit team, your higher self, to support you in opening up to receiving. Practice seeing through the lens of your spirit team and higher self instead of the programming you've been carrying around, and see it through new eyes, see it through a new lens, see the infinite possibilities that are there for you if you're bold enough to claim it and remembering, yeah, you are innately worthy. So beautiful solar eclipse here, definitely coming in strong. So if you're wanting more support with manifesting in these energies, definitely check out Portal of Expansion. Check out the Malibu retreat if you're craving some in-person magic. Oh, and I've also I've decided to open up a few spots for one-on-one sessions. So Eclipse Vortex sessions, where I'll dive into your unique astrology with you, and we'll do some personalized work in your Akashic records based on what you desire to heal and let go of at this time and what you want to manifest between now and the end of the year. I can really bring in the strategy for you in your business, but also give you that cosmic perspective on the portals of opportunity that are opening for you. All right, I am sending you so much love. Comment below what you are manifesting, what you are creating in this beautiful eclipse energy, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.